Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing today? Hope you are excited for this practice. This is going to be rocket yoga. So get set if you need blocks around, if you need maybe, have some water around, it might be useful. Some of you might like to have things like a towel or blanket for the knees and stuff like that. Anything that you would want to have around you in the practice to support you and honor your body. So let's get started. Finding a place somewhere on your mat, if possible, facing the front of the mat. I might be facing you from time to time. So find a comfortable either knee-led or maybe cross-legged seated position, and see if you feel nice to just close the eyes there. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Relaxing the shoulders, noticing how you're feeling in this moment before we start moving. Inhaling again deeply. Exhaling slowly. Check if you would like to add sound to your breath, bringing your Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath, which feels as if you are fogging a mirror, for example, in front of you, kind of creating that sound, HA on the exhale, SO in the inhale, but it's in and out through the nose. Inhaling for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Let's take another one. Inhaling, exhaling. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. From there, whenever you're ready, let's blink open the eyes and start a bit of movement. So whenever you're ready, let's bring the hands in front and the knees back behind. So you want the wrist to be underneath your shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Maybe index finger is pointing forward, whatever feels good for this moment. And then the knees underneath your hips, a few cat-cows. Inhaling, let's take the tailbone up, belly down, shoulders together, chest forward, start looking up. Exhaling, rounding the spine, tailbone tucks in, head goes heavy, belly button towards the spine. Inhaling, tailbone up, belly down, shoulders together, chest forward, maybe look up. Exhale, the elbows are still straight, press the floor away from you, head heavy, belly button, spine, tuck tailbone in. Once again, inhaling, moving a bit the spine, look up. Exhaling, cat, stretch. Lovely. From there, come into a neutral spine, take the fingers to look more outwards and start shifting your weight right and left, right, left, right, left a few times. So you might feel a different sensation on your wrists here, really pressing the knuckles as well down to see the difference. Lovely. And then maybe bringing one hand back or both, so the fingers are pointing back. And again, either a little bit back, forth, and side to side, maybe even a circular motion. So be mindful, it's just a warm-up, don't force it too much. This rotation of the wrist is actually quite nice for postures like peacock, so you kind of get prepared to rotate the arms around. We won't be doing peacock today, but just to be aware of it. Lovely. Bring the hands, fingers to face back forward, toes touching. Start zooming a little bit back the spine and back forwards. Nice. Bring the thumbs a little bit closer to the rest of your fingers. And then from there, keep the shoulders above the wrist. Lift the palm part of your hand up and then slowly place it back down. The fingers are still down. Lift just the palm and down. A nice warm up for the fingers as well. Lift it up. Momentum. Exhale, down. Let's take just one more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Let's tuck the toes. Separate now the toes from each other and take the knees off of the floor. Your index fingers are pointing forward. If you like, you can come to a plank for a moment and then send the tailbone back up, finding your first downwards facing dog. Maybe shifting a little bit the weight left and right, bending the knees. Find a little bit of kind of movement there. Spread fingers, press them down. Finding your feet in a hip width distance and your eye is looking more back. So a bit of a point of focus starting to arrive more and more onto the mat. Amazing. One more breath. Tail open up. And exhale. Lovely. Coming more towards the front into your plank position, place the knees down and then bend the elbows close to the ribs. So you're going halfway down and push yourself back up, pull yourself up and down, press yourself back up. And this time lower all the way down onto the belly. Once you're on the belly, bring the elbows underneath your shoulders, relax the legs back behind you. A bit of a sphinx position here. Think about the shoulders going back, chest forward, looking proudly up. Maybe forward, maybe up, whatever works for you. Engage the legs together. Beautiful. And lower back the belly. Bring the fingers more underneath the shoulders area. And lift further the chest, more into a low cobra, or maybe even higher up, whatever feels good. Exhale, lower down. Maybe move the hands even further back. Lift, engage the legs. Maybe you like taking hands off the floor. I'm not in the mood today for that, but see how you're feeling. Honor your body. And lower down. Bring the hands back underneath your shoulders. Bend the knees. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Amazing. That was a bit of a warm-up still for us to start the practice. So whenever you are ready, look to the front, bend a bit the knees and maybe walk. Or if you already like to float, please do, towards the front of the mat. Folding the spine down, maybe holding opposite elbows, relax the head, shake it off. Maybe you like to, interlace the hands behind your spine and send them more down. So a bit of a release here before we start moving a bit more dynamically. Lovely. Release hands down. Bring the toes to touch. Finding a moment, hands onto the shins, halfway lift, flat back, shoulders back, head a bit back, pushing as if there is somewhere behind you, like a bit of a linear, strong thing. So we kind of say we look as if we're at a table. And then next exhale, let's release it down. Bending a bit the knees, coming gently all the way into a stand. Nice. Release the shoulders back. Finding a strong standing position towards the top of the mat. So I like to go behind, there's a logo on my mat, but find somewhere that works for you. One step, kind of 1 foot from the top, the very top, is literally where it's quite comfortable to be, so you have space for your hands. The heels can be slightly separated. Engage your calves, engage your knees, your quads, the bum as well. Belly in, engage fingers, relax the shoulders down. And let's start Surya A. Deep breath in through the nose. Reach hands up, look up. Urdhva Hastasana, stretch the arms up. Exhale, folding down, forward, hands towards floor. Bend the knees, eyes look back. Inhaling, finding a halfway lift, flat back. Hands can be on the shins or fingertips on the floor. Exhale, hands down. Step it for the first one back into your plank. You can place the knees down or not. See how it feels. Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the elbows to the ribs. Inhaling, opening the chest, look up. Exhaling, tuck toes, sitting towards the bum. Take the knees off the floor, downwards facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhaling, pressing the fingers down. You're pressing so much that your shoulders are coming close to the ears. Exhaling, chest towards the thighs, maybe a bit more, just to find length basically in your lower back. Inhaling, lengthening your heels in a way behind so you don't see them. There's an inner rotation of the thighs. Nice. 1 more breath. And out. Beautiful. Coming to tiptoes, bending knees, getting prepared, look forward. Again, stepping one leg at a time, finding a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold down. Bend a bit the knees to help yourself to stand. Reach the hands up, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. And relax the hands by the side, Samastitihi, Tadasana. Again, inhale, reach hands up, look up. Exhale, dive yourself chest proud down towards the floor. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift, eyes towards top of the mat. Exhale, step, jump, float into your Chaturanga Dandasana with the knees or not down. Inhale, untuck the toes, up dog or cobras. Exhale, downwards facing dog and breathe here. Again, trying to hide the heels, so there's a nice inner rotation of the thighs. Press the fingers down and really, really press with the hands as well. Once you think about it, the shoulders will come closer to the ears and it's all good. Maybe the belly comes closer towards your spine, so you find more length in your lower back. You can bend the knees as much as you like here. One more breath. One more breath out. Beautiful. Come to toes, bend the knees, look forward again. Step, float, hop, whatever works for you. Halfway lift. Exhale, fall down. Inhale, Urdhva reach hands up. Exhale, Samastitihi, Tadasana. Nice. Surya B, 2 rounds. Bend the knees. Utkatasana. Inhale, reach the hands up. Look maybe in between your hands. Exhale, folding down forwards. Uttanasana. Inhaling your Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step, float, jump, whatever works. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling your up dog or cobras. Exhaling, downwards facing dog. Getting prepared, we lift the right leg off of the floor, preparing for warrior one. Step the toes kind of behind the right wrist. Place the left heel down so the toes are 45 degrees angle. Reach the hands up, maybe look up. Finding a warrior two. You want the hips to look forward, bend the front knee more to the right. Beautiful heel to heel alignment. Next time we're exhaling, one breath, hands go down, step it back in plank and bend the elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Getting prepared, the left leg, stepping behind the left wrist. Right heel down, 45 degrees, find momentum, come up, reach yourself up, look up, bend front knee, more to the left, hips forward. Fantastic. Looking more down. Exhale. Hands down, step it back, and vinyasa. Lowering down, opening chest. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog, and breathe here. 3 deep breaths. So you can, in these positions, find that reconnection of your breath, the tune of the breath, the sound, maybe even a bit more of your intention. Press the toes down, press the fingers down. Really engage your whole body, even the parts that you maybe not have been thinking about. Lovely. Here for 3, 2, 1. Come to the tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward, step, hop, float, jump, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Bend the knees, chair pose, arms off of the floor, reaching by our ears, look up. Exhale, Samastiti, Tadasana. Nice. Bend again the knees. Utkatasana. Sit. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe fingertips on the floor. Exhale, step, jump, float, Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows close. Inhale, up dog or cobras. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Warrior one with the right leg stepping forward, left heel down, 45 degrees. Reach hands up, look up. Inhale. Exhale, hands back down. Step it back and flow. Inhaling, your up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Immediately getting set. Left leg behind left wrist. Right heel 45 down. And reach the hands up. Inhaling. Exhaling, down the hands. Step it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, your up dog. Exhale, your downwards facing dog. And breathe. Glorious. 2 rounds of Surya B. Our body getting completely warming up now. Amazing. See how you're feeling. Constantly checking in with your sensations. So if something doesn't feel right, you don't do it. Don't force it. Don't push it. Nice. Here for 3, 2, 1. Come to tiptoes. Get prepared. Look forward. Bend the knees. Step, jump, hop, float to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold down forwards. Bend the knees, take a chair pose. And here is as we will go now into our rocket 1. So take a moment, sit deeper. And let's stand. Samastitihi Tadasana. Nice. Really set your feet now for your next chair. So for me, I prefer toes touching. So see how it works for you. Heels are slightly apart. Take a bend of the knees. Reach again the hands in front. Sit lower. See that you can see a little bit your toes. So they're not completely hidden and you put too much weight onto your toes. You want the weight more to the heels. Sit a little bit lower. Amazing. And we'll start taking our chest towards our thighs. It's quite nice to take the hands and interlace them behind you, still sending the bum, kind of as if you have a chair underneath and behind you. Looking down. Fantastic. Lovely. Take one more breath. One more breath out. And release the interlace. Hands can go closer to the floor. Open the toes more out. The heels, and again, toes more out, and bend your knees. Finding yourself in a manasana, you can stay there, your yogic squat, or going to crow, placing again hands as if you're going to be doing your chaturangas. Engage the fingers. Knees can be either squeezing your triceps or into your armpits, looking forward and taking the toes off of the floor. Whichever pose, stay here for 3, 2, 1. Jump, float, or whatever works into your chaturanga. Inhaling, upwards facing dog. Exhaling, downwards facing dog. Lovely. Reset here. And let's take a right leg up, bringing the knee close to the chest. So you step it behind of the right wrist again. 45 degrees, same thing as we did earlier. Come into a warrior 1. Arms up, hold it here. Let's breathe. Left hip forward, right hip back. Bend the front knee, send it a bit more to the right. Finding a strong posture for the legs, engaging, lifting the chest more up. Maybe look more up. You can have the hands together, even interlace if that feels nicer. Lovely. From there, we'll start opening our arms into a shoulder and immediately opening one arm, right arm to the front, left arm to the back. You will see that you want to wiggle a bit the back leg. So wiggle it and find a parallel towards the shorter edge of the mat. So you find your warrior 2. Here for 2 more. 1 more. Lovely. And let's stretch the front knee. Maybe wiggle a little bit. So you want to shorten the stance. Wiggle the back leg a little bit more. And from there, send the hips more back and tick-tock your hands in a way. So your right hand goes either to your right leg somewhere, left hand goes up, or maybe the right hand goes onto the inside, down on the floor, on a block, or outside of the leg, again on the floor or on a block. Whatever serves you. This is an intense posture, so don't underestimate it just because it might feel as if it's simple lines. Look more up as much as you can so the neck gets a lovely twist and a stretch there. Eyes focused, breath aware. Nice. Find an inhale to lift yourself up. Bend the front knee again so you find that lovely, keep it straight. Wiggle again the back foot a little bit closer and maybe find if you need a jump, kind of a mini jump, to get your legs more parallel to each other in a way. So you want to have your hips squared. Lovely. Hands onto the hips so you can feel them squared and take yourself more into a fold in this pyramid type of scenario. From there, you might take the hands down. Maybe there are blocks for you on both hands. If it feels nice, keep just the left hand down. Right hand can go onto your right hip. Maybe start looking up. Maybe reach the right hand up. Twist. See how it feels. Maybe look up. It doesn't need to be a must. Listen to your body. Check in how you're feeling. Maybe give yourself a smile. Nice. Let's slowly bring the hand back down. Look back down. And take the blocks away if you were using them. Inhale, coming back up. We'll rebend the front knee, shuffle the back leg a little bit further back so you find again that warrior two positioning of the legs with the front heel in line with the arch of the back. From here, stretch, stretch the front hand either to the floor on the inside, on the outside, or right forearm onto the right thigh, left hand either to the ceiling or to the front of the room. You might like to take Bird of Paradise or any other binding. We're here for 3 more breaths. Sitting the hips still low, both legs strong, maybe looking on towards the palm or that area so the neck is elongating as well. 2, 1. Inhaling, coming back up and rotating the hips back towards the center, to the front. Bend the back knee down, or you can go from high lunge, hands onto your heart center, palms touching. Rotate, rotate, rotate your chest to the right, placing the left elbow outside of the right thigh, closer to the knee area, and maybe press more the palms towards each other so they come close to your chest. Look over the right shoulder. You might like to stay here, you might like to tuck the back toe, take the knee off, but be always mindful of your own body and listen to it. You don't need to force any posture. You're here for yourself. Nice. Here for 3. Twist a bit more with every exhale. Here for 2. And 1. Let's look back to the front. Bringing the hands back to the floor. Squaring the front foot. Stepping it back. Chaturanga. Inhaling. Upwards facing. Exhaling. Downwards facing dog. Beautiful. Recalibrating here for a moment and getting set for our dolphin or pincha after that. So come to the knees, all fours, and taking your elbows down. You might like to kind of take a hug of the elbows and then place the fingers back down. You might like to interlace the hands and kind of create in the index and the pinky finger to come out. Whatever works for you. Some of you might like to have a block in between your hands. Doesn't work for the length of my arms, to be fair. So whatever you found useful, take the knees off of the floor and start walking the legs closer. This might be all you want today. The head is not on the floor, by the way. Yeah? Maybe you take one leg up and just hold that. Maybe both legs up for pincha. We stay here for 4. Press the elbows down. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Stepping the feet back down. Knees down. Take a moment into child's pose. Rest. 2, 1. If you need water, always take any breaks you need. Returning into your downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Left leg up. Inhale. Bring it to the front. Step it behind your left wrist. Right heel down 45 degrees. Reach hands up. Warrior 1. Right hip reaches forward and down. Left hip back. Nice. Look maybe up with the eyes, finding that drishti, point of focus in your Virabhadrasana 1. Lovely. Start opening the arms in your shoulder height. Left arm forward, right hand back. Wiggle a bit the back foot back, finding your Virabhadrasana 2 on the left side. Bending front knee, sending it more to the left. Your hips are opening, shoulders above the hips. Front knee trying to be above the ankle so you feel that length. It's such a strong posture. I really enjoy the warriors. Nice. Here for 2. Here for 1. Straighten front knee. I like shuffling the back leg, but if you prefer the front, please go ahead. Hips are still looking to the side. Send hips back, back, back. And again, tick-tock. Hands down. Left hand onto your left leg somewhere. Right hand up, look up if that feels comfortable for the neck. Maybe again, you're putting the hand down on the inside or on the outside in your Trikonasana. Some of you might like to grab hold of the big toe with your peace fingers, sending right shoulder a bit further back as if you have something to support you behind, so you're not too scared of falling back. So find that openness in the chest. If you're holding the toe, release, engage the quads, the knees. Inhale, come up. Exhale, look back to the front. We want to square our hips. So take the hands onto your hips here. Maybe again you need to walk a bit the back foot or wiggle the front, whatever works for you. Once you have your hips, fold the chest, bound back, fold the chest, fold the chest. You might stay as you are, or taking fingertips to the floor or on blocks. Right hand can stay down, left hand onto your lower back. Maybe you take your gaze up, maybe you reach your left hand up. See how it feels. Revolved, pyramid, kind of slash triangle. So make it accessible for your body. It's nicer to find the variation that works for you rather than forcing it. Nice. So you're serving the body rather than trying to fixating to a pose that doesn't work for you, or trying to shape yourself in something that is not you. Start looking back down. Both hands can go down onto the hips and up. Inhale. Lovely. Bending again the front knee, shuffle back leg if that works for you again. Same thing. Finding that warrior two positioning, left hand onto the left thigh, maybe down onto the inside, right hand is up or to the front of the room or on the outside of the knee, and right hand is again same thing. Some of you might be binding, whatever is serving you. Find your variation, your rocket practice. Stretch the fingers a bit more. Feel even the right hip stretching back. Amazing. And inhale. Let's find ourselves back up, coming to the tiptoes of the back foot, releasing the hip down. Once you're down, hands onto your heart center in prayer in your Anjali Mudra. Relax back toes. Twist your torso to the left, then right elbow side of the left thigh. Look over the left shoulder and breathe. Inhaling, hips are still heavy. If you like here, you can tuck toes and take the knee off. And some of you might be going into this posture straight from a high lunge. Might be working best for you. Some of you might be binding. Let's stay here for 2 and 1. Looking back to the front, squaring front foot, tuck toes, step it back. Chaturanga with your exhale. Inhale your up dogs or cobras, and exhaling, downwards facing dog. Resetting the breath, getting prepared for your pinchas and dolphins. So knees down, elbows again down. You can measure if that works for you. I like touching my thumbs. So find the variation of this pose that is more helpful for yourself. Take knees off, kind of looking more back, walking the feet closer. The head is not touching, so the crown of the head is off. Press the elbows down. Maybe one leg comes up. So if you did the right leg, take the left leg. Maybe both legs come up. At some point, both legs will come just by that balancing of one leg coming up. My shoulders don't support that. So I'm sorry I can't demonstrate it, but enjoy it for yourself. Here for 2 and 1. Slowly coming down. Child's pose. Take a rest. If you need water, take a sip of water. I definitely do. I have the sun here on me. So I'm getting super sweaty. Amazing. So for the next one, you might like to come kneeled and have a look what we're doing, or come straight into downwards facing dog if you know what's happening usually in a rocket sequence. So from down dog, you want to walk a little bit closer, the hands towards the feet, not all the way, just closer. Lean a little bit more to the front, and then whoosh yourself back to the back of the room. Hands come to your feet. So again, give it a try if you haven't done it before. From your kind of downwards facing dog, walk the hands maybe one palm further back. Then lean forward, bend maybe the elbows, and whoosh, go back. It's a nice position for your shoulders to strengthen, arms to strengthen. Once you're at the back of the room, your fingers, peace fingers around the big toes. Yeah. And pull yourself down, folding down. Amazing. Relax the crown of the head towards the floor. Relaxing completely down. Padangustasana. Pulling yourself further down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Stay there if that feels good, or coming into your parahastasana, so your leg on top of your hand, your hasta. So take the whole palm to face your sole of the foot and under, and then the other, same thing. So your toes are towards the wrists of your hands, and again folding down. Breathing to take tailbone up. Breathing out, folding a little bit deeper. Last breath here. And breath out. Glorious. Let's release the hands and find a halfway lift, flat back at the back of the room. And exhale. Hands onto the hips and gently come up. Inhale. Nice. Once you're up, we're gonna do our San Francisco twinkle toes, a signature of rocket. So you're at the back of the mat, stretching the hands all the way up, like stretch, 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 and then come to the tiptoes of your feet and keeping yourself on tiptoes, taking more weight onto the left foot, taking right toes to the front, more weight onto the right ball of the foot, stepping the left all the way towards the top of the mat. Nice. Once you're at the top, release the hands, release the heels down. You're at Tadasana. Lovely. You're at the top of the mat. When you're ready, right leg steps back, big step, pivot the toes towards the right side. Toes in, heels out. Nice one. Hands can be into your hips. Inhale. Look up, inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Exhale, bum back, chest forward, all the way, folding forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands go down and fold. Now, for those that the crown of the head is very close towards the floor, you might like to bring the legs closer. For those that feels like the floor is unreachable, maybe open the legs a bit wider. Breathing here, putting more weight on towards the balls of the feet. You might be looking more to the back. So, not the back of the room necessarily now, because you are on the side of the mat, so your original left side. You're looking somewhere there, allowing more weight onto the toes. Nice. Hands under shoulders. Inhaling, finding a halfway lift, a flat back. Exhaling, bringing hands onto your hips. Inhale, lift yourself up. Nice. Keep the legs as they are. Interlace the hands behind you. Prasarita Padottanasana. C. Interlace and open them back. Really stretch them back. Look up. Exhale again. Bum back. Chest forward. Weight onto the toes and fold down. Beautiful. Don't be too afraid of kind of, the weight distribution here. So I know it feels a bit uncomfortable the first few times when we take our weight more to the toes and we don't have our hands there. So just take it with mini movements, maybe even like a small pulsation, so you see how it feels for you. And you'll see that when you put more weight to the front, to the balls of the feet, you can come closer to the floor, more length in the spine. Nice. Bringing the interlace more towards the lower part of your back. Inhaling, maybe finding a bit of a halfway lift with your hands there. Exhale, stay. And inhale, lift all the way up. Release the hands. We'll do one more here. Again, hands can come onto the hips. Exhale. Inhale, open chest, look up. And exhaling, bump back, fall down. Hands again, peace fingers onto the big toes. If you don't reach that, you can hold onto the sides of your feet somewhere and pulling your elbows left, right, bending, so you can again get yourself deeper. So once you have connection of your hands on parts of your body, on other limbs even, you can feel that you can use the muscles of your arms here to pull you down and help the fold become deeper. Engage the quads up, the knees up, eyes open, breath. Still, maybe with that 3 count, maybe you've changed a bit the breath count. Lovely. Nice. And inhaling, taking yourself into a halfway lift. And we'll be moving from there. So take your hands maybe in front of you, down on the floor. And we'll be pivoting towards the back of the room. So going into splits, release the left knee down. maybe bending the front knee, right knee, and straightening it into half splits. Again, bending it and straightening. Oh, I'm getting a few cracks there. A few times, forwards, backwards. And whenever you're ready, you might even like to have, I like having my blocks around, finding the expression that works for you today, opening your legs into your front splits. Lovely. Breathing here. Don't judge the body. This is a pose where I judge my body so often, so try to release any of that attachment or need to have to be able to do all postures. Relax the shoulders. Nice. Lovely. Let's take the blocks away and then come more into the hands. Bring a bit higher up the front leg so you can wiggle, wiggle, wobble. Fake it till you make it, as they say. And from there, we want to come a bit off from both legs, move our hands, pivot all the way to the front of the mat. So the left leg is in front of us now. Right knee down again. Bend the front knee, straighten it a bit so you move in a way that you kind of prepare mentally first and then physically as well for your splits. Amazing. When you're ready, start heading into that splits position. For splits, just trying as well to kind of find that squaring of the hips. You might like to have a block underneath the front hip, finding what works, maybe movement of the hands, just finding where you feel comfortable with this position. I would say this is quite an advanced pose for, you know, any yoga class. It's quite open and flexible, but the more we practice, the more we feel okay with where our body is as well. Practice bring progress. Yeah, lovely. Let's bring hands back down. Again, sliding maybe the front leg closer, coming back onto the toes. Take any blocks away. Pivot again towards the right side of the mat. And we'll go into this type of splits with our legs to the sides. So you don't need to go all the way if that's not where you are with your practice, but open where it feels okay. You want the inner thighs, not the bump down. Inner thighs to face towards the floor, maybe forearms down. Relax the breath a bit. If you feel that you're tensing somewhere, maybe move the tongue around your teeth. Great. Let's come to our hands, and from here we want to go into seated, so hands face more towards the back of the room, and you kind of wobble or slide or find your way onto the bum. If that doesn't work, make sure you find a way. So let me just quickly show another way. Those that are already on the bum, please start making your way to an eyes open, wide-legged position. So if you're in this kind of splits, let's say with the legs opening, you can come to the hands, bend the knees, maybe come out of the pose and then take a seat and open the legs. So whichever way takes you down towards the mat is the perfect way for you. Nice. Once you have your legs open as wide as it feels safe and comfy for you, comfy in a way that you're still stretching and working, coming to one side. So maybe left hand down, right hand over the head, folding with a wide leg to one side. Beautiful. Busiest Konasana. Stretching maybe hands to the opposite foot. Here for 3, 2, 1. Changing the hands. Right elbow can go down or just the hand, whatever works best for your body today. Left hand reaching overhead. Upavista Konasana to the other side. Fantastic. Maybe again, trying to find the toes. Oh, we all have a little bit of body dysmorphia. We kind of like look for our toes without even knowing where they are, right? I thought they were more in front. There you go. I'm losing my toes. Here for 2 and 1. Inhale, coming back up. This time again, really flex the toes on both sides and folding to the front. So both hands to the front. You might hear this pose in some other type of practices called as pancake. So just trying to get your chest closer as well. Flex the toes. You might need to have a gentle bend on your knees so you're not overstretching, and especially if someone is ultra bendy. What's the word? I'm forgetting right now the name. Hypermobile, that's the one. So if you're hypermobile, be mindful. You need to still engage your muscles so you don't injure yourself getting too deep. Okay, slowly start coming up. This is our Mula Bandha check time. Favorite time. So hands squaring the right foot, torso towards the right, really pressing the hands. You want to bend the elbows and fold your body a bit so you can then press hands and lift maybe bum and leg, maybe just the leg. So I actually didn't think about how it's going to be just the leg. So just the leg. Ooh, it's harder for me. Or you lift bum and leg. Lovely. And sit back down. You can do a few. So that's your pelvic floor and your lower part of the belly really strengthening there for this type of position. Going to the left side as well, your Mula Bandha check. So torso to the left, same thing, you bend, you fold, and then when you press, you can lift and lower and do a few. So you press, lift, and lower. Maybe you hold a bit longer. Press, lift, hold, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Lovely. And from there, you might like to go into Chaturanga. So somehow from there, magically, again, find your way. So bring the hands, step it back into a down dog or go through your Chaturanga up dog. And downwards facing dog. Lovely. Take a moment there. Regathering your breath, your thoughts. Coming to the tiptoes, bending knees, look forward, stepping, jumping, hopping, floating. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna stand for the next postures. If you're used to grab holding of your toe from there, from fold, please go ahead. Otherwise, gently let's come up. Standing. Coming onto our left leg strong. Engage. Your left hand onto the left hip, right hand in front of you. Let me go a little bit back, but you're on the front. I'm just worried of the things in front of me. Lift the leg. You might bend the knee. That might feel more accessible. Or grab hold of the toe and stretch it in front. Nice. Hold it in front. Shoulders relaxed. Gloria Satita. Hasta Padangustasana. Start from there, maybe the chest or the chin to the shin here, or just standing and holding there. Take one more. Keep the leg, the toe into your hand or the knee with your hand, and open the leg out to the side, to the right. Start looking over the left shoulder. Nice. Hold it there. Hold it up. The higher the leg, the easier on the hamstring and the hip. Lovely. Start bringing it back to center in front of you, mindful of the rotation of the hips. Keep the leg high, take the hand off, hold it there, maybe point the toe, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Nice. And then cross it over. Figure 4 and maybe fold with the figure 4, or you bring the right heel closer to the left hip for half lotus. Whatever feels good. Maybe you take right hand behind. If you're doing half lotus, let me just rotate towards you without falling. So you can see the hand goes behind, grab hold of the toe. That's only if it's accessible. Think about body proportions as well. So I feel like I have a small waist in general. That's how I've always been. Haven't done anything to have it like that, by the way. So it's been easier for my limbs to go around. And also I feel that maybe my shoulders have that flexibility to move around a bit differently sometimes. But for example, you saw that I didn't have the flexibility for a pose like splits. So don't judge. Observe, enjoy the process. Nice. Here for 2 and 1. Start releasing hand. Knee can come in and out. Shake it off. I'm gonna face you this time so you can see it both ways. So strong on the right leg. Engage the quad, the bum, everything. And right hand onto the right hip, left hand in front of you. You might like to bend the knee and hold there, or reach for the toes and kick the leg in front. Maybe, chin to shin. It's not the easiest for myself, but find what works again and honors your body. As you can see, hummy for me is hard. If your chin is to the shin, start coming up and opening the leg out to the side and up. Lovely. Looking over the right shoulder, balancing. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Look back to the front. Bring the leg back to the front. Everyone, whatever you're doing, point the toes, leg in front, hands on hips. Hold it up, lift it higher, lift. Don't place it still down. Either figure 4, the ankle over the knee area and folding down, or again that half lotus, which is intense on the knee, so be mindful. You might like to take left hand behind your spine, find your big toe. Lovely. You can help with the other hand. Focusing there. 3, 2, relax the shoulders, lengthen spine up, those that are standing, folding maybe deeper, those that are folding. And 1, release. Bring the knee back and down. Shake it off. Rocket standing is done. Making our way down. Come to the top of the mat, toes touch, inhale. Reach, hands up, look up. Exhale, fall down. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling, downwards facing dog. Lovely. From there, we'll go more into seated. So seated sequences. From here, come more to the toes. Walk forward. When you can't walk any closer, cross the ankles, bend the knees, and whoosh down onto the bum. Dandasana. The legs are straight. Flex the toes, hands by your body. Press them down. Now, you can keep them as they are. I like to move them forward or back depending on the length of the hand, but you'd want to feel that you are really pressing the hands down. You're not just relaxing to the back or reaching for the front if you're doing any of that, but it's kind of finding the length of your arms. Flex. Flex so much the toes that the heels are actually not touching. Nice. Engage the quads, the knees. Check maybe all the sweat on your leggings or your shorts, anything you're wearing, just check. Nice. And release the heels down, coming into Paschimottanasana. Reach the hands towards your feet wherever they reach. Maybe a bit of a wiggle. I like to wiggle a bit for that pelvic tilt to appear. You might be holding outside of the feet, you might be holding your big toe, maybe even, onto the actual legs, wherever you are. Some of you are even further flexible. You might be holding one wrist with the other hand and folding down. So B, C, Paschimottanasana, whichever works. Breathing in from tailbone to crown. Breathing out, softening down. Nice. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Come, inhale, release. Bring the toes off the floor, cross the feet, hands in front of you, step it back and bend the elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Again, look forward, cross each knee to each wrist, jump through, step through, whichever way works, wobble it through. Again, you're in seated, hands behind you. So fingers, I would say more where the shoulders are at the moment, the fingertips go. So take them a little bit back, engage the hands, point the toes, lift the bum off the floor, your reversed plank, look up, lift the bum a little bit more, the toes want to be touching, lift the chest up, maybe drop the head down. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Bum goes back down. Take a moment, again, hands in front, lift the legs, cross, hands down, step, jump, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upwards facing dog. Exhaling, downwards facing dog. Look forward, come to tiptoes, bend knees, cross them, jump, sit through. Lovely. Let's get a few poses together. So let's bring our right knee in, release the knee out, down. The sole of the right foot into the left thigh. Look the torso towards the left. Fold down, hold onto your leg somewhere. Again, you hold the leg, maybe you interlace your hands, you bind and hold one wrist. Folding down, few breaths. Let's take 3 more. Lengthening tailbone down, belly to thigh. Lengthen, breathe. Relaxing down. 1 more. And exhaling. Nice. Inhale, coming gently up. Bring the knee back in, maybe one fist away from the thigh, folding towards the front leg, still flexing it. Take with the right hand the air away, so palm out and around of your front shin, the right shin. Take the left hand behind you, maybe you reach for the fingers, maybe you have a strap, or full bind where you hold left wrist with your right hand. Folding down, so the chest a bit more closer down, the forehead closer to the shin there, breathing, hugging. It's a lovely pose actually, this one, Marichasana, to kind of feel your body squeezing each other, each part a little bit closer to each other. Nice. Inhale here, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, start releasing hands. Inhale to come up. Lovely. From there, take the right hand behind you, lift left hand up, still flexing left toes, and press the elbow outside of the right knee. Your twisting position here, hand back behind, look over the right shoulder, don't overdo it. I have been overdoing my twists because I love them, and then I get cramps. You can go and reach your left hand onto the sole of the right foot, twist like that, or for the bind, those that like binding, hand behind you, and again, reach for the fingers, or you're holding the right wrist with the left hand this time. Look still over the right shoulder. Flex the left toe. See, I almost forgot them. Nice. Here for 3, 2, 1. Look to the front. Release any of that binding, and let's go a bit of a I'm forgetting the words. Vinyasa. Cross the hands down, step, jump, float, chaturanga. Inhale, your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, coming to the tiptoes, bend knees, look forward, step, jump, float, wobble, whatever works, into a seat. Releasing the legs in front of you, right leg straight, left knee in, and bend it down. Left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh, torso towards it, fall down, Janushirasana. So folding down, hold onto wherever the hands reach. Maybe it's your leg, maybe it's the foot, maybe you are interlacing fingers, maybe you're reaching for a rest. Folding down, Janu Shirasana. Lovely position. Feel that interlace wherever you're holding in your Janu Shirasana to kind of fold yourself and deepen the length in the spine. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Releasing hands. Bring again the left knee in closer, one fist away from the thigh, flex the right toes, reach the hands to the front, take the air away with the left hand, it goes around, wrapping around the left shin, closer to the knee, right hand behind you, reach for fingers, maybe left hand is holding right wrist, flex, flex, flex the right toes. Once you have the bind, for me that feels easier than to start focusing onto the fold and get deeper, deeper, deeper. Flex the front toes. Help yourself with the breath, honor the body. Marichasana. Beautiful pose. Nice. One more breath. One more breath out. And start releasing the bind. Coming up, keep the legs as they are. Left hand behind you. More on fingertips, I would suggest, so you don't put all the weight onto the hand. Right hand up and exhale. Place it outside of the left thigh. Maybe again you reach for the sole of the left foot with the right hand, still flexing the right toes. Maybe you go for the bind, so start with your right hand, sending the air away, goes around the knee, reaches for the right hip. Then that's why it's good to be on fingertips of the other hand. So left hand goes, finds the fingers of the right, still flex the right toes, look over the left shoulder, either way, bind. Maybe you're holding the wrist of the left. Here for 3, 2, flex the front toes, 1, look to the front, releasing the binding, and let's go for another vinyasa. Stretch the legs in front, cross, hands down, step, jump, float, chaturanga. Inhale, your upwards facing dog. Exhale, your downward facing dog. Nice. Let's look to the front. Step, jump, float, whatever works good. Bring the toes to the front. Coming more onto rocket 2. So you're in your kind of toes standing. Let's rotate to the right. You're still on the toes. The heels are not on the floor. Nice. Coming hands onto the heart. Rotate the chest to the right. Left elbow outside of the right knee. And twisting here. Maybe you want to split the arms. Maybe not. You stay as you are, still on the toes, balancing. Nice. Here for 3, 2, look up, maybe more, 1. Keep the legs. You might like to take the hands down. So similar as you would do for a plank or a chaturanga. Bending the elbows. You can put the right hip onto your right hip to right, because we're twisting, right to right, and left tricep supporting the right knee. And you might come to this kind of side crow, or you might start splitting the legs. Whatever works for your body, honor it. Here for 2 and 1. Nice. Gently coming back to the toes. Coming back to center. And let's jump back, step back, whatever works. Your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Again, look to the front. Jump or float or step it. And then bend the knees. Coming again onto your balance. This time, we go to the left. Again, I'm rotating to the side, so then you have space for the hands and the legs to open up. So let's rotate again to the right, bringing the chest to rotate to the left with the hands together, Anjali Mudra. Your right elbow outside of the left. Look over the left shoulder maybe. Still on the toes, balancing. Breathing. In and out through the nose with rhythm. Maybe open the arms. Some might like to do the binding. This side I always get kind of cramps on my twist, but some of you might like to kind of take the right hand around the knees and the left behind. I don't think I have this bind. No, I don't have that bind really, but that's another option. Let's start coming into our arm balance. You can either place the hands and that's it, just getting set mentally, preparing yourself, or do your side crow, lifting one or both legs at the same time, looking to the front, maybe splitting the legs. See how that feels. Here for 2 and 1. Coming back to center, and let's do one more vinyasa there. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling your up dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Lovely. Let's come into plank and lower into the belly. Coming into back bending positions. Shalabhasana. So, chin down in front. 1 second. I'm just going to move the mic for this part. So, hands by the sides. Palms can be facing up. Chin down. And lift your legs. Legs together. Lift them up. And then lift the arms. Lift the chest. Lift the head. Lifting up, lift, fly here. Your spine is working. Maybe bring the hands under the shoulders to lift the upper body a bit higher, still lifting the legs with your strength. And release. The hands are there under the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift into chaturanga. and then up dog and downward facing dog. Lovely. Coming back into again a plank and lower all the way to the belly. Bakasana. So left elbow down, the forearm of your left more towards parallel to the front of the mat or kind of diagonal to the right side. So place it there to support you. Relax the left leg straight, bend the right knee, and grab hold from the inside with your right hand. So from the inside, the thumb is going up close to the toe. Nice. Start kicking the leg into your hand. Lovely. Feel that stretch. Feels so good. Kicking there. Here for 3, 2, 1. Place the thigh back down. Keep the bend. And maybe hook the toe onto the elbow crease, pulling it down. Or if the mobility is there on your shoulder, taking the elbow up, pulling the heel closer towards the hip. Nice. Feel that lovely strengthening in the lower back. Amazing. Release. Other side. So changing the hands. Right elbow down. Again, diagonal or parallel to the front of the mat. Bend the left knee. Grab hold from the inside thumb of the left, closer to the big toe. Kick the leg into the hand, stretch the shoulders, stretch your spine. Feels so good. I love back bending. Hope you love it with me. Nice. Here for 2, here for 1, and release. Same thing, either into the elbow crease and see if that feels okay. More of a quad stretch, or the shoulder mobility here might help to get your elbow to face up. You really can press the toes further down in that way for your frog variation. Amazing. And start releasing. Coming into the full Dhanurasana, your bow. So relax the chest down. Hopefully you can hear me. I have the mic literally there on my hip rest. So this side, traditional hands on the outside, thumbs are looking down. And start with an inhale. Kick the legs into the hands. Lift the thighs, lift the chest, lift the head. Maybe look up, kick higher. Maybe you wobble a little bit onto the belly. That's okay. Kick a little bit more, look up. And start releasing. Hands down. If you want to wiggle your lower back, please do. And then come into a downwards facing dog. Lovely. Take a moment here. Breathe. And we'll come onto our knees. So bring the knees closer towards the front of the mat. Coming into our camel. What a beautiful pose. So coming high onto the knees. So we're kneeled. We'll do one variation. You might like to have your toes tucked or not, whatever works. Knees underneath your hips, hands under your lower back, elbows towards each other, hips forward, and look more up. Chest up, hips forward, chest up, hips forward. Look up. You might stay there. You might take your hands onto your heels, chest up, hips forward, look up. You might like to drop the head back behind, hips to the front, chest up. Breathe. And slowly chin to chest. Come up. Take a moment, seat, kneel it. Gather that energy back. It's a nice heart opening. Amazing. Whenever you're ready, hands down, step it back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Look to the front. Again, wobble, wobble, step, jump, float into seated. Relaxing the legs in front of you. And we'll go on our spine. So spine comes down, bend the knees. Coming into our bridge first. So reach the fingertips onto your heels. Take a moment here to breathe. And whenever you're ready, let's take our bum, our hips off the floor. Squeeze the shoulders closer together, interlace the fingers. Breathing here, press the heels down. Engage the bum. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. engaging the inner thighs. One more breath. And releasing the hands if they were interlacing, slowly upper back, mid back, lower back down, taking maybe the knees from side to side for a moment, or knees in, heels further out. Just resting for a second so we can get ready for the next pose. You can retake bridge if that's in your practice more at this point, or we go into wheel. So again, take the hands to reach the heels so they're in line with your hips basically. And taking hands now underneath the shoulders, the fingers are pointing towards where the heels are, right? So under the shoulders, the elbows close towards each other. Knees don't need to close together, and also try not to open them too wide once we come up. Eyes open. Take a breath, a momentum, and inhale. Lift yourself up. You might like to take the crown of the head down and then come up, whatever works. Nice. Maybe chin towards chest and then dropping the head. Trying to bring the shoulders above the wrists. Here for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Elbows towards each other, chin towards the chest, lowering yourself down, and again resting here. So it's quite nice to bring the knees in, the soles of the feet out. Just relax for a moment. See how you're feeling. Lovely. Now, next option, you can stay as you are on the spine, cross the right knee over the left thigh, and hold behind your left hamstring or over the left shin, pressing the right knee away from you. So, supine pigeon or supine figure 4. Otherwise, from here, come knees to one side, coming up, shift onto a downwards facing dog, just to bring then the right knee towards the right wrist and finding a version of your pigeon. So you might like to have that kind of really squarey and parallel shin towards the front of the mat, but try to find a version that meets your needs rather than the visual needs. Look back, see that the other leg is in one line. Relaxing, maybe you stay here, up in a seated pigeon. Maybe you go into sleeping pigeon. Whatever works. For me, sleeping pigeon is exactly what I need after all those nice poses we've done together. Lovely. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Nice. If you're on the spine, change the legs, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh and pulling behind the right hamstring or over the right shin. Otherwise, meeting into downwards facing dog to bring now the left knee to the left wrist, sliding right leg back. Again, see how parallel you want to go with the front shin, finding the expression of the pose that serves you today. Fantastic. Once you're there, you stay upright or you go into your sleeping variation. Relaxing down the energy. Still breathing with intention. Noticing how you're feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally. What a great place to check those things. In a hip opening pose, huh? Nice. Here for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Coming back onto the hands. Now, options. If you're on the floor, on the spine, you might need to come up, or you might want to do it on the spine, crossing one knee over the other. We'll bring our right knee to cross over the left. Gomukhasana, our cow's face pose. So I'm just going to rotate towards you. So you want the right knee over the left and opening the legs a little bit wider to the sides for a deeper hip opening. Option here is also to release the left leg, trying to find stacked knees. It's very deep on the hips, this pose as well. You can stay as you are. You might like to hinge and fold forward. You want both glutes down. If you want the arms as well, you want the right hand up, bend the elbow down, palm towards the shoulder blades, left hand bending underneath, elbow and fingers meet. And again, you can fold. Full expression of the pose if that feels nice for you, but really there is no point of going anywhere that is not, needed. If the arms are not working for you, there's no point in using that. Take what serves you. Here for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Coming up. So you either stay and you change the legs as you are, just kind of uncross and cross. You can come kind of up and go all the way to its left side, all the way until now the left knee is on top of the right, and sit back down, or go maybe in any other way that works for you. So you want the left knee now on top, right is down. Again, open the legs wide if that feels nice, and if you're doing the arms, this time the left arm up, maybe elbow pulls down, head can push back, that might be enough. Right hand goes underneath, reaching for the fingers, folding down with the arms, or maybe without these arms, without the cow's face arms. Breathing here. 3, 2, 1. Gently coming back up. And let's release the legs in front. Maybe a bit of a shift side to side, whatever serves you. Again, if you want another vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going into our waterfall position, coming down onto the spine, releasing the spine down, shoulders down. So you can take the legs up, and you might take the arms as well up. So kind of the blood flow changes a bit here from the limbs. Or for shoulder stand, bend the knees. Don't turn your head left or right anymore for now. So if you're doing shoulder stand, you can bring knees towards chest, hands on the floor for support, and find a momentum to elevate your big muscle of the bum up, the knees to the forehead, elbows towards each other. Once the elbows can't go closer anymore, then stretch the legs up, really pulling the toes up, breathing. Or as I said, waterfall. Point the toes a bit higher. Squeeze the thighs together. So you want to take the weight away from the shoulders. You don't want to feel it so much actually there, because you're pulling the toes up. You're taking the weight. Here for 2 and 1. The toes go behind your head, down on the floor in plow pose. Lovely. Once the toes are down, you might like to interlace the hands to the opposite direction. Bend the knees as much as you need there. Whew. Here for 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Hands down as breaks, carefully bringing the thighs through the body and releasing the legs down on the floor. Nice. Once the legs are down on the floor, lift yourself, crown of the head on the floor. Elbows closer towards each other. Open the chest. Fish pose. Breathing, eyes open. Nice. And gently chin to chest. And coming back onto the spine. Lovely. We'll come here to one side. Lift, rotate. Coming onto downward facing dog or not, whatever works for you. If you want another vinyasa, please take it. It's your practice. And from downward facing dog, we'll head onto our headstand. So release the knees down, get ready, prepare. Hands will go down. Kind of, you want to hold your head, right? And you want the crown of the head. So from if you put the thumb in between your eyebrows and then take your index finger towards the top of your head, see where the index finger kind of touches. That's roughly where your crown of the head is. So you want that part down. You can interlace the hands or not. Lift the bum up. Maybe this is all you want to do today. Maybe you walk the feet closer. Maybe you bring one knee, the other into the chest and lift them up. Your headstand. Some of you are going for other variations. Do anything you want with your legs. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Carefully coming down. Child's pose. No matter what you did in your headstand, by the way, please, please, please celebrate it. It's not easy to take our legs up just in one day. Doesn't mean if you can't do the pose ever that you're not worthy or good enough to do yoga. You are here, you're doing the practice, and that's incredible in itself. Now, whenever you're ready, my dears, let's come up, spine up, and crossing our legs in front, coming into lotus or half lotus. So if you feel like full lotus, right and left. So bringing right knee in, cross right ankle over the groin of the left area, and then the knee goes down, bringing left leg in, or you can do only one. You don't need to do both legs up. You want to kind of, when you're doing the lotus, to hug the toes out to the side here. Maybe you reach your right hand for the right toes and the left hand for the left, which I haven't achieved ever, but see how it goes. And fold maybe down. Maybe when I fold, it just doesn't work. Relaxing. Nice. Lifting up, inhale. Release the interlace of the hands. Hands can go by the sides here. If you're in lotus, this becomes easier. If not, it might be a little bit more challenging and you might not lift everything. But place, I would say, the hands a little bit more under the bum in a way. So then you can lift, hold, 3, lift the bum, 2, 1, release. Again, legs are down. Take your index finger to the thumb. Place them on top of the knees. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes. Take a moment here, breathe in. Chin mudra. So thumbs to your index fingers. The rest are just stretching out. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Whenever you're ready, let's start making our way to rest. Relaxing the lotus. Oh, it's so deep. Be mindful. Coming into your Shavasana. So, Shavasana pose. You can rotate the head to the top of the mat if you prefer, or keep it at the back. I'm just going to the back as there is sun over there and my eyes will struggle for a moment, but still, it's nice to find the place that is more comfortable. Find space for the arms. The palms can rotate up. You might like to take traditional, the legs open, the toes fall open. You might like to take something else like soles of the feet touching. Closing the eyes down if that feels comfortable and nice for you. Relax the jaw, maybe wiggle it left, right. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. And finding yourself in your corpse pose, your Shavasana, your final position where you can rest now and really absorb the qualities of the practice that you just cultivated. Acknowledging already the work you've put into this practice. Knowing that you are perfect as you are. You're exactly where you need to be. Relax, relax, relax. Let go. Don't need to do anything else for now. Let it be. letting your breath flow naturally. No more controlling of anything. We're just resting. Still aware, but in rest. Whenever you're ready, start bringing a deeper breath in through the nose. Out maybe through the mouth. Wiggle a bit the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles, whatever likes to move here. Maybe hands stretch over the head. You can even interlace and stretch. Toes to the other side. Maybe hugging in the knees towards you. You might like to do a bit of a rock from side to side, keeping the eyes closed if you decided to keep them closed. Relaxing the knees to the right, rotating your body to the right. Head can be supported by the arm. Checking in this moment, how are you? Noticing the vibrations you've created. And really reminding yourself that you are your best friend. Whenever you're ready, left hand supporting yourself, coming up. And maybe rotating towards the front of the mat, or find any other position to take a seat. Relax the hands. Take a breath in through the nose. Breath out through the nose. Again, you can keep the eyes closed or just down gaze if that feels best. Meet the hands to touch in Anjali Mudra, maybe bowing the head towards yourself with gratitude for the body and the self, for coming and practicing, and being grateful for the ability to do yoga, to practice yoga. If it resonates, I welcome you to bring the thumbs in between your eyebrows, connecting your mind and your body. The divine light within me bows, honors, and adores the divine light within every single one of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May we be happy, healthy, and with abundance. Thank you for being here, practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed. It was so much fun. I got so warm, but ready to now enjoy the rest of the day. Any feedback, any comments, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you hopefully soon. Bye. Thanks so much.